Hello, hello, hello. This video is for the perfume lady Eve. I love your videos. They are amazing. I found them today in the YouTube suggestions. You know, when you turn on YouTube page where videos are all advertised and different videos came up, and that's where I found your videos for the first time, and they are amazing. And I so fully agree with getting perfume scents that have a nerve calming effect. So, and I really like the idea of the 12 months, one video for each month of the year. And I have lined up my collection here, my calendar collection, okay? And I'm gonna go through it one by one, and maybe the video will get two parts. I don't know how long this will take. And I have something to say to each of the fragrances. And so I'm gonna start with this one. Tom Ford Cafe Rose for January. That's still a cold month. And Cafe Rose, these here are I have like, I don't know how many fragrance oils I have. I have about 1,500, maybe 2,000 fragrance oils. It's like we have two houses. I have this house full and the other one too. So, and I have them in different sizes. I also have 1 ounce sizes. I have self made, self filled and switched and all of these kind of things. I have mixed perfume oils, also from single notes. I made my own fragrances. I bought these amazing roll-on, those are actually empty deodorant roll-on bottles, 1 ounce. They have them in 1 ounce and 1.7 ounce by Mato, and I think that's a Japanese company. Those are fantastic dispensers. I absolutely love them. They screw on, very easy to take on and off, and to refill with your own creations, or you can buy any kind of perfume oil, obviously, in any kind of size, particularly for those people who make soaps and candles, which I also have made. So I used to buy alcohol sprays, the designer perfumes, my whole life. I can't count it anymore how many. I've always been obsessed with scents from my entire life, from the beginning on. My parents bought me a making perfume sample set when I was like 5, and I was all excited about it. And that's interesting. They were perfume oils for just perfect for children. They should not be dealing with any alcoholic solutions. Then later, of course, I bought the designer sprays with the alcohol loads in it. And I went through party phases where I wasn't thinking about it, that it kind of fit into my lifestyle at that time. So then I went on the health nut journey, and with that I also gave away all of my alcoholics perfumes. All of those perfumes are alcoholics, and I gave them to my alcoholic friend. And then I had a phase of several years where I was only buying all natural essential oils, and I made my own perfumes out of those, and those are amazing. They make great cosmetic, they make They're just very relaxing and calm, very calming and wonderful. However, you probably know that yourself, they don't last very long. Natural essential oils don't last very long. There are differences, of course. Like for example, very strong resins or the oud, all of those oud fragrances that are natural, that come from that specific tree. I forgot the name now. It is a very specific tree in South America, and that they get like tree bark that had fallen and had rotten in the jungle, and then they extract this rotten tree bark with some mushrooms and fungi growing on it, and that entire stuff creates that out. This very, very thick animalistic scent. And I don't know how good that is. I don't know if this is sustainable. I don't know if they're hurting or cutting into the trees by doing this, or they're also extracting resin from the tree. And so I wasn't sure whether I bought some of that. That's very, very expensive, that stuff. So I bought a sample size from Eden Botanicals. They're in Petaluma, California. That's one of the most prestigious essential oil companies in the world, and they are very, very, very accountable. They have transparency. They let people come there and look at the facility. They don't hide anything. They don't cheat anyone. They make sure that their essences are really truly from those raw materials. And I think they buy the raw materials and then they make the essential oils from that. So I was really into this. I studied this. Helps me a great deal on my path of natural healing. I see I have to make several parts of this because this is all very important. But for the use as a fragrance on your body, they flatter away in, I don't know, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, and it fades away very, very, very quickly. And it's still nice, and I still love it as a scent, and it's nice to fall asleep with those. But as a fragrance on your skin that you want to be smelling all day long and enjoying, with high performance and long lasting, then we have to go with synthetic concoctions. And I don't like alcohol anymore, so I buy the perfume oils, and they usually are all generics. They are versions of, or they call them types. They're versions of the originals, and they are not associated with the originals, but they're imitations. So, and they're very good. Some of those fragrances, I don't even know how the original smells. Some of them where I had the original in the past, and then I smelled the version, and I could tell that they're doing a very good job of that. So it's pretty good, accurate image of how the original smells. So I can tell, Tom Ford Cafe Rose this is probably how the original smells. And I love it because it doesn't have alcohol, and it doesn't have any kind of harsh chemicals in it. It doesn't have food coloring in it, doesn't have these harsh colors, synthetic colors, which are actually hormone disruptors. And I heard they cause the C word. They're really, really bad. We want to stay away from synthetic colors, really, for anything, for cosmetic, perfume, food, dog food, cat food, etc. We gotta really pay attention that we don't have, blue 40 or yellow whatever in it. Also in washing detergents, always buy free and clear stuff that is harsh chemical free. And so these are particularly great. I have perfume versions from different companies, but this one here is my favorite, and I thought this fits on this little tray here. I took the sample sizes that they sell, which is, a third of an ounce roller bottles. And this is my favorite company. They're called Quality Fragrance Oils. I'm not sponsored by them. I just love that company very much. I have a lot from that company. My husband would always roll his eyes and crack up over me having another delivery coming from them. More perfume oils? No way. You already have whole closets full of that stuff. So, Coffee Rose, I'll start with January. So, I love Tom Ford. He's amazing. And his perfumes, they all have this, they're all quite universal, for men and women equally much. Some are a little bit sweeter, therefore a little bit more feminine. Others are more spicy, more masculine. This one is sweet but also very spicy. And it smells like it also has orchid in it. He uses a lot of orchid. I assume they are synthetic orchid scents that he also uses for his original perfumes. I assume, because I think to harvest orchids are extremely expensive. And the scent is very fine, and if you get the natural essential oil, it's cost a fortune, and it's very, very faint, and would be nice to have in a face cream or something like this. But as a fragrance, they make these synthetic oils, of course, and those I saw on the internet, for example, that no oil is uncut, of course, because all perfume oils are stretched, because they have to be stretched. Otherwise, the complete raw material of this synthetic chemical fragrance notes. This is actually like I don't know, it's almost like a resin, or I don't know how this comes, like in granule forms or something. I think it's even crystallized. So it has to be diffused with oil in order to make the scent. And then also the designer perfume makers, they get the oils, of course, the individual oil fragrances that come also in an oil like this, very much like that. And then I guess they have so many different ones, and I'll make another part for this because there's so much to talk about, and I'm so excited. I'm such an enthusiast about this. Okay, I'll make part 2 for this, for my collection.